Health's weekly wisdom, everything you need to eat, love, and live freely. Today's episode is all about being happy on Valentine's Day. I thought it was appropriate, and maybe you think it's crazy, but there's a lot of people out there, single or taken, who have a hard time with Valentine's Day. So today's episode is all about, changing your perspective on what Valentine's Day really is and how you can be really happy today. And not have it be something that leads you to emotionally eat, to overdo it on sweets and chocolate, and really to enjoy the day for what it's meant to be. So let's think about it. First of all, the day of Valentine's Day is all about love. And here in the United States, we've made it commercial and it's all about romantic love. But in the Latino culture, the day of Valentine's Day is actually about a day of love and friendship. So that's the first thing that I want you to think about today. Today is actually the day of love and friendship, and we can find love in all kinds of different arenas. We can find it with our coworkers, we can find it with our friends, we can find it with our family members, with our significant others. And today is all about being on the search for love in different forms than you might think of as love when we think of Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day has become this like material day where we think about flowers and going out to dinner and things like that, but it doesn't have to be that way. So first, I want to share a little bit of advice for the people who are taken. And they have a little bit less trouble, but I can tell you that I've had many Valentine's Days in relationships that weren't really that happy anyways. This day can be full of disappointment, it can be full of upset and emotions because we put too much expectation and pressure on the way that it's supposed to look. So today, as you go through the day and as you interact with your significant other, really I think that the best thing to do is really to have no expectations and to look for the small things that you're grateful for about your partner. It's not the flowers, it's not the special gift, it's not the jewelry, it's not being taken out to dinner. What is it that you truly appreciate about your partner? What is it that you really appreciate about the effort that they're putting in today, even if it doesn't look how you expected it to? And that could be, I'll give you a few examples. I've had a Valentine's Day in which one of my boyfriends at the time spent hours and hours cooking for me. And by the time we got to dinner, it was really late and I was super hangry and I couldn't even enjoy the dinner. And I was so upset that it had taken so long. And I think I almost felt guilty or bad that he had taken so long. Instead of just appreciating the effort and hard work that he put into, even making that dinner. The second Valentine's Day, I had someone who actually went on a trip with his friend, and it really upset me because my love language is actually quality time, and I was so upset. And he came back and he brought me back this like really expensive purse, but it didn't. I think that almost like sabotaged our relationship. It didn't really make a difference because I didn't want the purse. I wanted the quality time. But really, like, everybody shows their love in different ways. And so if you can look at your partner and you can really take a look today and, honestly look at how that person really shows their love to you, and, what they're doing for you and the effort they put, maybe not just today, but like in general in your relationship, you'll make it a lot happier. Okay, now so my single ladies like myself, how do you enjoy a day like Valentine's Day? So I know it can be super hard because there's all these things that we want to make it mean that we don't have a date or that we're not going out on the day of Valentine's Day, that we want to make it mean that we're not good enough, that we're not lovable. And those are all the thoughts that kind of run through, I feel like, women's heads, around this time of year, or feeling lonely, or like it's not ever going to happen, or hopeless that you're ever going to meet someone that you want to spend time with on Valentine's Day. But it doesn't mean any of those things. Because as you're watching this video, there are hundreds of thousands of other amazing, beautiful, smart, intelligent, generous, caring, loving women who are not in relationships, who, are doing amazing things for the world, and, it doesn't really mean anything about you. So that's the first thing. The first step is really not having it mean anything about you. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you, that you're not in a relationship. I've been single for 6 years, and I've got nothing that there's anything wrong with me. Now, I haven't spent all those Valentine's days alone, but a lot of them I have. And it can actually be a really amazing day to appreciate yourself and to love yourself and to take time for yourself and treat yourself to something nice like a bath tonight, or do something enjoyable like spend it with your girlfriends. I've had so many fun Valentine's days with my girlfriends. And that's all that's really important. Now, let me just give you a couple other reasons why you might be happy that you're not going out for Valentine's Day or that you don't have a date. You didn't have to buy an expensive dress. You don't have to make anyone dinner. You don't have to be disappointed that someone didn't show up in the way that you thought that they would. You don't have to be disappointed that someone didn't buy you flowers, even though they were supposed to. You didn't have to spend any extra money. There's all kinds of things that you can be really thankful for this Valentine's Day, that you're single, and you can take care of yourself and you actually have time, which I know there's a lot of moms out there who wish that they had time to take care of themselves. So really take advantage of this opportunity to be alone or to be with friends and to appreciate the different types of love that exist, and have fun. Enjoy yourself tonight. Do something special. I think I'm staying home and reading because that sounds amazing to me. But do something that would make you happy, that would fill you with pleasure, and take some pressure off of this day that was created to show love, and that we focus on romantic love, and it doesn't have to be that way. So focus on, your love with your friends and your family and sharing that with them. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode of Weekly Wisdom, and if you know anyone who might benefit from today's video, please pass it along. If you want to stay in the loop with what's happening here at Hello Beautiful Health, pop on to my website and sign up for my newsletter at hellobeautifulhealth.com. And I hope to see you next week for the next Weekly Wisdom, and I'm sending you so much love. Who you are right now is absolutely beautiful. Have a wonderful week. Bye!